Malia, she is 3. She's incredibly happy, smart, loving, just an amazing little girl. I found out that Malia had spina bifida at our 20-week ultrasound. Malia's care team, they have become a second family to us. They're absolutely amazing. Malia attends Sanford Children's weekly with physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech. At Sanford Children's, they help her with walking, learning how to walk with crutches. She has issues with eating, so they help her with trying new things and swallowing properly. The main and most important thing, though, is her walking for us. Malia absolutely loves on Tuesdays and Fridays. She starts naming everybody's names and go see, go play. So, oh yes, very excited. Really excited that Malia was going to get to be a GABR Star, get her story told.
Grace is a really funny kid. She's so smart, she's so bright, she's so bubbly. She has lots of big emotions and loves everything pink and princesses and beautiful. We had to bring Grace in to Sanford because she was having knee pain and fevers, and we had visited with our pediatrician and our doctors back home, knew she needed to be taken care of for septic arthritis in her knee. It took 10 days in the hospital on IV antibiotics and a little bit of a laparoscopic knee surgery to be addressed. Of course, we were all nervous. I mean, being in the hospital is a scary thing for anybody, but Child Life came in and our whole experience changed.
Just her overall attitude just lightened. I mean, they came in with a doll. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of it at the top of my head.
Erin.
Erin, yes.
A Child Life Specialist is a member of the healthcare team that is primarily focused on reducing the fear and anxiety that comes around the healthcare experience for children. I think my favorite moment in working with Grace was when I did my first medical play session with her.
Jana sat with her and explained, using the doll, what the procedures were going to be, from everything from changing out an IV to getting blood drawn to having her stitches removed before we left. Everything was scary, but when she could see it take place on the doll, she then had an understanding of what her job was, and her job was to sit still so the doctors could do that so it helped her feel better.
Even just being from Dickinson, 90 miles away, and having care like this, I mean, it was a huge impact for us. Obviously not knowing at first what we were getting ourselves into or what was happening. It's fantastic having this kind of care close to home.
I couldn't say enough about the doctors and the nurses and the Child Life Specialists at Sanford for our time that we were in Bismarck. I mean, we are not in the same community as our home, but it was close enough for us to still be together.
Today, Grace is doing fantastic. I mean, she's a little spitfire. She just got done with swimming lessons. She's like a little fish. You can't get her out of the pool. She's in gymnastics. She's in dance.
When I heard Grace had the opportunity to be a GABR Star this year, I was just blown away. I hope people know that Sanford has incredible staff and nurses and doctors and Child Life Specialists. We weren't expecting to spend 10 days in the hospital with her, but we also weren't expecting to have such an amazing support system for the time that we were here.
She really is just a purely great example of the impact that a good medical outcome through all the staff working together and Child Life's involvement as well in that she's just going to be a great way to show the community how when we do that well, this is what we get, is this smiley, happy, confident child.
Lane is just that child in the room that can make friends with anybody and loves to. He finds the light in everything he does, which is amazing. He's just an upbeat kid. I mean, he's been through a lot, but he's great. When Lane was born, we knew that something was different. He started to get sick at 6 months old. He was in so much pain for just a baby, you know. So I come to Sanford and I seen Dr. McDonough and I said, there's something wrong. And he looked at me for the first time at a doctor, say to me, you're right, like there is something major going on here. So he right away took x-rays and we found out Lane had pneumonia and he pretty much was in the hospital from then on out. Dr. McDonough saved him and they found that he has PAX1 defect. He also does not have a functioning immune system like you or I do. He receives infusions once every month to help keep him a little healthier, just help him fight against things. Lane also was born with microtia, so he wears a Baja band to help him with hearing. He hears great. Lane's care team here at Sanford has been more than amazing. I mean, we've known them since he's been a baby. They've been a huge part of his life and they've been huge advocates for him. This is his normal. Like we come in for the infusion, the nurses and the staff are like family. You see them every, month. And if you don't, you miss them because this is what you do. Child life has been amazing. We have had child life for a long time. They come in and they'll play games with Lane and he really enjoys that. It's somebody other than mom.
Lane and I go back a couple of years now. Lane's just, man, when you think of kids meeting challenges in life and with illness and diagnoses, Lane's just the epitome of a kid who he rolls with it. And he greets every day, I think, with such a positive attitude.
My reaction was for Lane being a GABR star is he's always a star to me, but for other people to see how big of a light he is awesome. He just doesn't think of himself that way, and I'm hoping he gets to see this and feel as important he is to me as and for other kids, he's just to show other kids that it's not so bad being different. That's okay. And being a star is, I just want him to see how big of an accomplishment he's made in life already for being 10. As Lane being a GABR star, I think he's just gonna show others and show other children that it's okay to be a little bit different and you can still have fun being different.
I think the community needs to meet and get to know Lane. He's just an example of a kid who should be recognized as a star in our community right now.